Everyone keeps asking the wrong question about Benjamin Netanyahu. They keep asking, what's wrong with him? That question will never get you to the answer because it assumes dysfunction. What you're actually looking at is alignment. Alignment between personal history, political incentive, and a national security doctrine that has been reinforced for decades. This is not volatility, it's conditioning. When someone spends a lifetime internalizing that threats are existential, that hesitation costs lives, and that strength is the only language adversaries respect. You don't get moderation over time. You get entrenchment, and then you layer in reinforcement. Every attack validates the worldview. Every fear response from the public strengthens his mandate. Every international condemnation that lacks consequence teaches the same lesson. You can absorb outrage, but you cannot afford restraint. That's the loop. And it is incredibly stable because it feeds itself. Threat perception increases, gives response. Escalates, gives backlash, occurs, gives domestic. Support consolidates. Gives leadership position, stabilizes, gives. Incentive to repeat strengthens. Over and over and over again. And here's where people in power need to wake up. You are not observing a man who needs to be persuaded. You are observing a system that has learned that escalation works. Psychologically, that's not instability, that's reinforcement learning. And reinforcement learning does not stop because someone makes a moral appeal. It only adjusts when the outcome changes. Right now, the outcomes are clear. Escalation does not remove him. Escalation does not isolate him in a way that alters behavior. Escalation, in many cases, preserves him. So from a purely behavioral standpoint, why would it stop? This is the part that should concern every policymaker reading this. If you continue to respond with statements instead of structural consequences, if you continue to signal that there is no meaningful cost that outweighs the perceived benefit, then you are not a counterbalance. You are part of the feedback loop. And systems like this do not de-escalate on their own. They intensify until something external forces a recalibration. So the real question is not whether he will change. The real question is whether the environment around him ever will. Because until it does, you're not watching unpredictability. You're watching a perfectly conditioned response system doing exactly what it has been trained to do.